Hey guys, it's Lydia and welcome to my first episode for my full timing series where I try to get you on the road. We are filming this series today at my house. This is my craft room. This is the room where I do a lot of my editing when I'm back at my home base. I do a lot of my craft projects. I do Christian's schooling in here when we're at home and we're doing homeschool, and just a lot of stuff that I do in this room, which I spend a lot of time in. But anyway, today I have created for you on my iPad a mind map of all the steps that are going to make it a lot easier for you to go on the road and full-time. This is a mind map, and if you're interested in getting a copy of the mind map, I did post it somewhere else in another video that if you are interested in, and you can go ahead and email me, and I'll put the link below for the email so that you can go ahead and get a copy of this if you want to follow along on the different steps. There are going to be notes within this mind map that you're not going to be able to see because they're just for me, so when I do the series I can talk further about some of the key points in here, but basically you'll be able to follow along. And if you want to take notes, you'll have the mind map, you can turn it around, and in the back you can write some more points that I talk about in the series as we go down through them. It's basically 6 steps that I have developed towards reaching your goals of full-timing, if that's what you want to do. So I'm going to try to help a lot of you get to the point where you decide whether you're going to full-time or you're going to part-time. So it can be very overwhelming in the beginning trying to get to the point of whether you want to do this or whether you want to do that. But whether you're going to do it in 6 months or 1 year or 2 years or 5 years, I want you to know that it's obtainable no matter what. It's really not a hard thing to do. To get to this house, I had to do full-timing for 6 months on the road, not knowing anything about RVing. So stay with me, and I'm going to bring you about the series. I work together and get to the point where we are actually going to make decisions, and you're going to make decisions as to whether it's for you or not for you, or whether it's something that you want to put off for a certain amount of time or something you want to do now. So let's get started with the number 1 of our series, which we're going to start on today. I'm so excited. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go to number 1. You need to ask yourself why. I mean, I know it looks great on video. You see all these people being free, traveling and seeing it. You got to ask yourself first why you want to do this. What is your goal for this? Is it to relax? Is it to is to see things? Is it because you missed a certain portion of your life that you didn't get to do anything, like me, that I was just working and I missed so much in my life, and now I really want to catch up and see a lot? You need to ask yourself the question why, and if you can write some of this stuff down, it's really going to help you out later on in step number, I think it's step number 4. We're going to have a series of questions that eventually we'll get to, and that will going to help you find your rig. So if you can answer this question today, why do you want to do this? And sit down, really contemplate and think and say, why? What is the reason? What if there was nothing setting me back? What is it that I really want to get? Is it because I like to travel in comfort? What is it that you really want to do and accomplish with being a full-timer? Is it because you have to go into full-time because you cannot pay, and you can't have the property and the travel lifestyle? Then don't lie to yourself. Let's get that down, written down. Is there a way that you can do both at the same time? Let's also sit down and write those things out and see how we can manage both of them, because there could be a way to manage them. That's what I do. I actually live in my home, and I also travel a lot of times during the year, and as I get older I will be doing more and more travels. Right now I don't travel as much because of my uncle. He's nearby, so I have to watch him, and then I also have Christian, who also homeschools, and he sees a doctor because he has dyslexia, and he gets some therapy, so I do have to be home for that, home base for that during the year. So I can't really do those things right now, but eventually I know that as I go out further into my life and things start evolving and changing in my life, those are things that I am going to definitely contemplate about, going out more and being out more. And that could be things that are with you. So go ahead and sit down and write all these things out. It really helps a lot to have a great vision of what it is that you want in your future. You can't always plan everything exactly because life changes all the time, and some things come at you that make you change your plans. But if you have a vision of what you want, it really sure does help you be more clear in setting and getting the things that you want. In other words, once you set that goal and you have a vision of how you want to travel, how you see yourself traveling, that's going to help you later on in one of my steps, where it's how to find the right rig. So remember that. Try to write this stuff down. Keep it in a notebook where you're going to be doing this series, and or on your phone, in a notes in your phone, and just hold on to it, because we're going to be working on this in the next few weeks. Now we want to set ourselves with some goals. So now after you answered the question of what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, why you want to do it, now let's set some goals. So let's say you are 60 and you are going to retire at 65, and you think, well, I'm going to start doing this at 65. Now you have a goal, because now you have 5 years to prepare yourself for that goal. If you're younger and you just came out of school and you want to travel before you actually have like a major job, well, you need to set your goals and say, well, I'm coming out of college, I want to do 2 years of traveling, and then after that maybe I'll hit the workplace or whatever. So now you have a goal in mind. Now you might know what kind of rig you want, because if you're in your 20s, maybe you can live with a van or something like that. So set yourself some goals that just gives you a clearer picture of what it is that you want. I'm a real big fan of setting goals. I've done vision boarding for a long time. I have a notebook where I vision board as well, and I do mind map monthly to make sure that I'm always on track in my life with the things that I want to accomplish. So that's very important. You can use a journal to set your goals. You can use a vision board also, which is great. You can either draw your own pictures in your vision board, or you can pick things out of a magazine. You get a lot of junk mail. There's always things in there that you might be able to put them in a notebook, put them up in a board where you're going to see them daily, just to keep you remembering about what it is that your goals are and what you want to accomplish in your life. There's also memory planning. I love memory planning, because memory planning is something that helps me see that, yeah, I'm working towards a project, I'm working towards a goal. And I love the idea of a memory planning, because when I'm planning in my notebook, it might not seem that week that I accomplished anything, but if I go next week and I turn the page to the whole week, I can see all the things that I did towards my goal. And if I color it in, or I use a certain color pen for that particular goal, I can go back in the week and say, wow, I did 5 things that are going to help me reach my goal. So memory planning is a great thing. When you plan, you're writing things in, you're putting pictures in there as well. This is why it's called a memory plan, because it's not just planning, it's also going back at the end of the week and maybe putting some pictures in there, or you can doodle or something like that of some of the things that you've been doing, accomplishing in the week. So you can put pictures in there of you cleaning out your closet, or going to buy some boxes so that you can donate some stuff, or a picture of you, you know, at a garage sale at your house, doing that. So that's a goal in itself, is keeping a record of everything that you're doing, which is a great way to keep you motivated and on track. I love memory planning, and I'll do another video on memory planning in the future. Your medical, your health is so important. And if you haven't watched my video of the YMCA that I just posted this week, please watch that, because that's a great option for you guys to help you get on track and build a sense of community with other people who also are on the same goal of building health. But medical is very important, whether you're doing 6 months down the line, 5 years, or 10 years down the line. Your health is really important on the road. I can't stress that enough. If you're sick all the time and you got to be doctors, it's just going to make it really hard for you to get medical attention and medical help when you need to get follow-ups and things like that. If you're in your 60s and you're going to retire and you need to get some surgeries in, let's get those done now before the 5 years is up. Let's not wait till the last minute when we have so much going on in our life to get these surgeries in. A lot of you can do like maybe knee surgery or simple surgeries that are outpatient that you've just been postponing. Let's get those done. Let's sit with our doctors and see. Let's find other ways maybe that we don't need the surgery. Maybe if you change your diet, eating, or stuff like that, maybe these are surgeries that you don't need right now. Let's work on our health at this point. You want to get a medical checkup with your doctor. Make sure that everything is okay, that you're on the right track. If you are not on the right track, then let's get on the right track so then we can get healthy and get on the road. The thing I want you to check is your pets. If your pets are going to be traveling with you, you also want to check with your veterinarian. Make sure that your pets are okay, that they've had their vaccines. If you have a pet on medication, you also want to talk to your veterinarian with time about this, because when you're on the road, you're going to have to get this medication for your pets. So you want to be able to discuss these options with your veterinarian. Now, what are the options that you have for being on the road and getting medication on the road when you're not in your home base area? So these are very important things that you need to do. research your gyms. There's a lot of different gyms, and this is important because this might actually help you in determining the kind of RV that you want. If you are already at a gym right now, or looking at the possibility of a gym, try it out. There's a lot of gyms that will give you free pass. So you can try it for the day, try it for a certain amount of time, try it out and see what it works. If this works for you, this can have a big impact on you picking a rig later on and saving yourself some money and saving yourself a lot of hassles on getting a bigger rig than you think that you need. So hold on to that thought. Maybe take a note of it right now and say, well, yeah, I'm going to check out the gym options. For me, the gym option is wonderful because I pay for Planet Fitness $22 a month. That includes Christian, and with that option I am able to have the smaller rig that I have. If not, it would be very difficult for me to travel in my truck camper with 2 people and now no unlimited hot showers I could get. That's a really important thing that I want you to write down and keep a memory up and try out and see if it works for you. The Y is a great option as well. Look into that. Watch my video. I'll link it down below so you can see all the great benefits of the Y. That might be something you want to do now that you're at a home base, and then eventually change over to a gym that's a little bit more available out in the nation. So a lot of options for you there as far as exercise. Another option that I want you to think about is healthy food. This is another thing that has to do with health, and I can't stress enough how much health is really important. When you're on the road, you're going to be susceptible to a lot of fast food. And it's so easy to see things all day long and get so tired that you just end up getting fast food, and that could really hurt you a lot as far as health is concerned, and your budget. That hurts your budget a lot. So I want you to start eating healthy, maybe cooking less, trying something that's a little bit more raw, like salads, which are great when you're on the road. They're very healthy, very easy. Try some farmers markets. That's another great thing that's available to you on the road, is visiting farmers markets where the food is fresher and better quality. And this also was going to help you a lot in budgeting your food for the week, because I mean, right now a lot of you probably stock up and buy big packages of things, but when you're on the road, that's not going to be possible, depending on the kind of rig you have and size refrigerator that you have. Budgeting yourself as well is something that you need to learn to do, and recipes that are easy to make. I mean, I'm going to be doing a lot of that on my trip this summer, so stay tuned because I'm going to have a lot of great recipes for you guys that are healthy and nutritious, and you can go ahead and make them very quickly in your RV. When you've come across a recipe that's really simple and easy, put it to the side, write it, have a separate notebook for these recipes, because these are the go-to recipes that you're going to want to choose when you're on the road. So that's it for today, guys. That's my step number 1 for full timing. Very simple, very easy steps that you can do right now, whether you're leaving in 6 months or you're leaving in 6 years. It doesn't really matter. It's all something that you can accomplish, one new thing a week. So that's what I have for you this week. Next time on my series, we're going to be talking about downsizing, and this is going to be a lot. There's a lot of things. This is basically the bulk of the problems that a lot of people go through because they're so overwhelmed with so much stuff that's involved, like, you know, getting rid of stuff in the house and what I need and what I don't need. So that's the next step that we're going to be doing it. I'm not sure if we're going to do it all in one video. We might have to do 2 or 3 on this because this is such a big project, and I think that one I'm going to have to do in separate videos, but we're going to work on that together. So stay tuned, subscribe so you can follow me along on this series. If you like the idea of the series that I'm putting out, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me so much with YouTube if you do that, and I can continue to bring great content for you. I thank you so much for watching today. Have a great day. Bye.